up to Curtis, hanging out. And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Davis from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
What's up, everybody? I apologize for being late. We had some technical difficulties today. I mean, it was some real technical difficulties I've been dealing with all day long. But we're here, we're there, we're everywhere like Belvedere. So let's get started real quick because we got a lot to go over. Yo, I'm going to tell you, I'm in a win-win situation today, baby. Win-win situation. But anyway, Richie Rich over here, he ain't happy right now. He ain't happy.
I'm not upset.
He ain't happy right now. Richie Rich ain't happy right now. So let's get baby. Let's get started. So American League, MLB standings 2026 season. I'm gonna tell you, the West, that thing is flip-flop. Seattle's in first place right now, but like a week ago, wasn't Seattle in last or something? I don't know. If y'all could look and see who was in last place, next to last place in the West, but that thing like kind of flip-flop. But anyway, American League, we got the Tampa Bay Rays who are 36-20, 21-6 at home, 15-14 on the road. They got to get better on the road if they want to keep that lead. They won one game, they're 5-5 in the last 10. The New York Yankees are 36-23, half a game out of first place. They're 17-9 at home, 19-14 on the road. Won one game, 6-4 in the last 10. You got the Blue Jays, the Orioles, and the Red Sox coming in the rear. And I gotta say this. I applaud. I applaud. I have to applaud my friend Richie Rich because he's still wearing his Boston Red Sox hat.
All day, every day.
Did he just really make a sound effect? That sounded like a toilet.
No, that was
That
clapping.
was applause.
No, that sounded like a toilet. Like he is flushing what he said.
Anyway,
It is what it is.
the Reds probably selling come All-Star break. But Rich is okay with that. He's okay. He said this is a rebuilding year for the Red Sox. I thought the Red Sox were going to do better than what they're doing right now, but it is what it is. Central Division, Cleveland Guardians are 34-27, 17-14 at home, 17-13 on the road. Got to get better. Got to get better at home, actually. Lost 2 in a row. They 5-5 last 10. The White Sox, guys. The White Sox were 32-27. One game out of first place. 20-11 at home. 12-16 on the road. Won 5 in a row. 7-3 in the last 10. Then you got the Twins, the Royals, and the Detroit Tigers coming up in the rear. And I thought they had the Detroit Tigers going in the playoffs. The West. Mo, so a week ago, who was in first place in the West? You don't see. Okay, so this week
it does look like probably the Athletics because they were 5 games difference between Seattle these last 10.
Yeah. So this week in the West, we probably gonna say this all the time, all season long. This week in the West, Seattle Mariners are in first place. They're 31-29, 17-15 at home, 14-14 away from home. But they're plus 30 run differential, 1-6 in a row, 8-2 in the last 10. Yo, did they go with this? Yo, Seattle doing this roller coaster thing again with me. I don't like this. Stop it, Seattle. Athletics, who don't have a home yet, now 28-31. Texas is 28-31. Astros 27-34. Los Angeles Angels 23-37. Mo, I want to get your take on something when it comes to the Angels, right? National League, the Atlanta Braves with the best record in the major leagues right now at 40-20, 17-10 at home, 23-10 on the road. Yo, they're a whopping plus 109 run differential. Lost one game, 64 in the last 10. Washington Nationals, 31-29, 9 games out of first place, 12-17 at home, 19-12 on the road, plus 1 run differential, 1-2 in a row, 64 in the last 10. Philadelphia Phillies are 30-29 in third. The Mets, the Marlins. At one point in time, Marlins was in first place, wasn't he? I believe. Next up, in Central Division, Milwaukee Brewers are 35-21, 19-11 at home, 6-10 on the road, a plus 74 run differential, one game, 7-3 in the last 10. St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals who are 31-26, 4.5 games out of first place, 15-14 at home, 16-12 on the road, a minus 10 run differential, one game, 3-7 in the last 10. Pittsburgh Pirates, 5 games out, 32-28. Chicago Cubs, 32-28. And Cincinnati Reds, 30-28. all single digits out of first place. So we'll probably be saying this week as whatever week it is, that week, this week. Out west, Los Angeles Dodgers are 38-21. 20-11 at home, 18-10 on the road. A run differential of 129. 1-1 game, 8-2 in the last 10. You got the Padres are 32-26, 5.5 games out. The Arizona Diamondbacks are 31-27, 6.5 games out. San Francisco Giants are 15 games out, and the Colorado Rockies are 16.5 games out. Pretty much Colorado Rockies probably have already eliminated themselves because there's no way you can make up 16 games. They're the only team probably is eliminated, to be honest with you. To be perfectly honest with you. Maybe the Marlins, but Colorado Rockies is probably eliminated. So before we go to talk about each team, Mo, last week me and Curry were talking about Mike Trout, and he had an interview, and he said he didn't want to talk about being traded. So the 3 places they were talking about him maybe going to was New York, Philadelphia, and the Dodgers. Where do you think likely if he has a no trade clause, where do you think he will end up probably going?
Philadelphia.
If he does get traded.
Philadelphia. He's a huge Eagles fan. He's best friends with Trey Turner. He loves Bryce Harper as well. I'll see any other team that he goes to. No trade clause.
Okay, Rich. Rich, I think we might have missed you on this, Rich. What's your the solution to the problem on this one? Where do you think he goes?
Mike Trout.
Yes.
Personally, I think that his best shot will be Boston because we taking all takers. If anybody want to come and do their job, I'll take anybody.
That's the last place.
So I had me and Curry were talking, and I said, to me, I think the Dodgers probably be the ideal place because he doesn't have to uproot his family to move to the East Coast. And I'm gonna say this right now: I don't know if he makes that big a difference for Philadelphia. Philadelphia has ran. I think they ran their race with Manning, the new manager, because I watched them play when they played when I watched them play the Dodgers, and they should have got swept, and Dodgers gave up a home run, and they ended up losing 4-3. But it's something still not right with that team. It's something's not right with Philly, and I was. I'm not a person. I don't poke the bear no more because I'm too old to be poking bears because I can't run that fast. So I just leave everybody else alone. But I was hoping that, somebody would have said something to me about the Phillies winning that one game, but nobody stepped on my toes or anything like that. Rich, Boston Red Sox, what you see in the future for those guys?
Mike Trout. All right. Outside of Mike Trout, though, This year is showing me that we overachieved last year. I did not think that we were going to make the playoffs last season. We were, this is the season I expected last year. And so it's just a year late. I think that they probably might be a buyer for a hitter. But outside of that, I don't really see Boston doing too much. They might move some people around a rotation, but I doubt it. I think that they're pretty steady there. I mean, it's early. I don't really have an opinion because it's still early. I don't really care about baseball till August. And right now, we're 11 games back. 12.
If the Red Sox don't matter what they're playing there, because they ain't gonna be good there. They're gonna be eliminated.
They're not gonna be eliminated. We are 3 games back on Baltimore, 4 games back on Toronto. Tampa Bay and New York, we're not expecting the catch. But at some point, there's a possibility because we know New York takes a dive. They go on like a 10-12 game losing streak every season.
You got a better pitching squad this year.
Tampa Bay. They start falling off towards the end of the season. All we got to do is just try to stay with them, but I'm not really trying to. We need to make a move for a big hitter. Probably pick up a middle reliever, and then see what happens. We're a young team. I expect our future to be bright.
Okay. Mo, the Yankees. What's going on with the Yankees, bro?
Cole has come back looking like Cole. If we get Fried coming back and looking like Fried. Cam Schindler. Yeah, I love saying his name. Has been the hottest pitcher in the American League. They still got Carlos Rodon. Then you got Warren. We probably move Weathers to the bullpen where he can actually use his 97 as a left-hander coming out the back end of the bullpen. As long as we get hitting. I don't see a. I actually just get to the World Series this year. As long as we stay healthy.
Okay. Curry.
Yeah. I'm here.
Let's talk about the Braves.
The Braves. Hey, they play some really good ball right now. They just came off a 6-game road trip where they took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox and 2 out of 3 from the Reds. And you keep winning 2 out of 3, you're gonna be all right. And they are ripping the covers off the ball, but I do have some concern about them, and that is pitching. I'm not sure that they got enough pitching to get them to where they need to go. But again, they ripping the covers off of it, and they're playing really good defense. First team to win 30 games in the major leagues, and now they're the first team to win 40 games in the to reach 40 wins, I should say. And that's the first time in their history that they were 40-20 after 60 games.
Okay. As the Dodgers go, they're coming along. They're playing a lot of rookies right now. They've called up about 6-7 guys. And I think the only reason why they're doing that is they're trying to showcase them so that they can move on and try to get some more pitching in there. They definitely need a closer. They going closer by committee right now because Hernandez, I think his name is, he's out for the season. He'll probably be back next year. But it's sad that he didn't get the opportunity to show what he could really do this season, but it is what it is. So Dodgers are looking pretty good. They're winning games. The bats is coming alive. The front of the order is looking really good. I'm really impressed with Rushing, I think his last name is, the backup catcher. Hopefully they don't move him. But I think there's going to be some. I think they're looking to get the pitcher from Pittsburgh, and they're going to use some young talent to get that pitcher.
Which pitcher from Pittsburgh?
What's his name? Scoop.
I know you ain't saying that. Scoop's from Detroit. I know you're trying to say they go get Scheme.
Is it Scheme? I know it was the pitcher from. Did Scooble play? Did he play for Pittsburgh last year?
No.
But did he play for Pittsburgh last year?
No.
Who was the pitcher that they had last? Well, I'm thinking Scooble.
It's from Detroit.
But I thought it was another pitcher from Pittsburgh. I don't know. I just I've read some stuff. Forgive me if I'm not on it right now. I had a lot of issues today. But again, they're like I said.
Well, the Yankees don't need him though.
No. But guys, I got to ask y'all a question about baseball. So the owners want a salary cap. So if the salary cap were to start right now, the Los Angeles Dodgers would be $205 million over the cap, right? Which is bananas. But the players don't want a salary cap. So are we going to see a strike next season?
Yeah.
Probably.
So
like 120 game season next year.
If you look at the salary cap of the top 10 teams that had the highest salary cap, and I think Toronto and the Mets are probably the only two teams that's not above 500 with their money. Why can't everybody else spend that same type of money? Why are the owners being cheap about it? Because they got the money.
Because they cheap.
So, in essence, they telling players that they don't want to. and I'm gonna say this: they can come and say you can't defer no money. They can come out and say, "Yo, we're not allowing you to defer no more money." But you've been allowing Bobby Bonilla to refer his money for to 2030. So if you get rid of that, then you gotta give him all his money up front. So you got this is 2026. So you got 4 more years to give him $1 million, which is $4 million more. They would have to just give him. That's fine and dandy.
Well,
go ahead.
They'll probably make it retroactive back to a certain date. Like they probably go back to maybe 2015. Any deferred contracts are null and void. Like you got to pay those people out. I couldn't see them going all the way back to the 90s, to early 2000s to void Bobby Bonilla's. He's only due what's this? $4 million?
Yeah, $4 million to 2030, I believe it is.
Yeah. I think they might just try to get rid of that Shohei thing and the latest one.
I don't think they do that. I think they just make it count. I don't think they care about the deferring the money. I think they defer it against the salary cap. So I think they would say this is how much he's going to make per year. So this is what's going to be on your salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just changed that.
But you know what though? The thing about
that's a contract contract. Only people that do that is hockey.
But the thing about it is though is like, I agree and I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got the money and as long as you're winning, then I can see it not being a problem. If you're a team that's losing, like the Mets, third or fourth is salary cap right now. If you're losing like the Mets are losing, or like Toronto's losing right now, then you want to question it because now you got all that money sitting out there and you're not winning. But if you're constantly being competitive or in the playoffs or in the wild card or going to the World Series, it's money well spent because you look at just like you looked at Golden State. They was complaining about they were going 7-game series and they still were losing money. So what they do, they put an apron 1, apron 2 in, and now it doesn't benefit them at all. right? So again, I think sometimes the owners got to watch what they wish for. But again, I think that if you got the money to spend and you don't mind spending the money, it's simple as that. You're gonna just imagine how much money these guys make off of parking alone. If they charge everybody $20 to park, and the stadium holds what 5,000, 6,000 people, I don't know how many stadium holds. Am I right or wrong about that?
For baseball?
Baseball stadium.
For baseball?
Yeah, how many?
40,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say 40,
Like
50,000.
Like 40. Okay, so you're saying 40,000 people, right?
40,000
And
people.
probably some people
in Pittsburgh. You were right about 2,000.
And some-
3,000.
And some people probably ride together, right? But just imagine how much money they make off of parking alone.
They're not
Just think
because
about
they're
that.
getting money with the tickets. They probably throw it in parking now. How
Who
bad?
is Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh. Because their attendance sucks.
But the thing about it is that is Pittsburgh making a conscious efforts to be a better team? You know what I mean? Like how long can the Marlins be the Marlins? How long can the Rockies be the Rockies? Even though the Rockies have a good attendance, right? The reason why they have good attendance up there because what else is to do up in the Rockies in the summertime? There's no football, there's no basketball, so everybody's going to go to a baseball game. But how long are the Rockies going to be the Rockies, and them not asking them to move somewhere else? Like look at Tampa. Look how long they've been asking Tampa to move, and Tampa's been consistent. They've been in the playoffs in the last 4 or 5 years, or they've been right there, or in the World Series. But you're asking the team that's winning that you want them to move. But you're not asking Colorado Rockies to move. You're not asking the Marlins to move. You're not asking who else is out there, other teams that's bad to move. Now, I would throw the White Sox. Yes, go ahead.
Have you ever been to Tampa Stadium?
No, I haven't.
Okay. The reason they want Tampa to move, not necessarily to move, they relocate. They need a new stadium. That is the biggest dumpster fire. That's a dump. Tropicana Field. They might as well call that Trashicana Field because that if you ever go into that stadium, they got blind spots in the stadium where you're sitting. Your seats sometimes it's not even facing where you need to be looking at. You got to turn sideways to see. So that's the biggest reason why they want the Tampa Bay to get a new stadium.
Okay, but no, but
I don't think the city wants to help them.
But the thing about it is they may need a new stadium, but they want them to move from Tampa, right? Am I not right? But they're trying to move them. They're trying to move them somewhere else. So I mean, if the stadium needs to be
I don't know that they're trying to move them out of Tampa, but I
they
know that maybe they moved from Tampa to St. Pete or something.
They were talking about them going to Montreal at one point in time.
Yeah, it could have been, but
because they're a good team and they get people
they're not getting the support from the city on the stadium. That stadium is, man, it's dilapidated.
And I mean, they need to do something about the stadium. And here, as the owner, okay, I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna go 60-40 with the city. That's what I do. I do 60-40 to build a new stadium.
I would.
Would you move?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why would you move if they're winning? Why would you move?
New stadium wherever you go. They're gonna pay for it, and you're gonna make a lot more money. At the city.
So okay, so you're saying that if they were to move, wherever they move to, the city's gonna buy that stadium for them. I disagree with that.
Why wouldn't they if they trying to get the team?
But I don't think what city can afford to pay. What city can afford to pay to build a stadium for a team that the owner don't have to pitch into to give them money for it?
Vegas.
They're getting the stadium. They got Oakland.
That's where your money's coming from.
No, but you don't understand. They still the Athletics because they still the Athletics. They ain't signed that with the Vegas.
Their stadium's getting built right now.
Yeah.
But they're not signed to be the Vegas. They could have played. They could have moved to Vegas. They ain't moved to Vegas yet. Vegas is making a stadium. But they ain't got to be for the Athletics.
No, I thought that they signed
Huh?
a deal.
Yeah, so did
they're
I.
moving.
They're moving.
I don't think they signed the deal.
They got very
I think they said they
athletic
were
because they
going
don't have a home.
You might have to look at. They ain't now. I know they don't want them out there in Vegas. They don't want the Athletics out there in Vegas because they know they're not winners. Because they're not winners. That's why they don't want them out there. But then you got the Raiders who ain't winners, but you got them out there. You got instant winners with the Aces and then the Gladiators. They all got that. All them teams got fixed up to win titles because they want people to come to Vegas. Everybody know it's fixed. Come on with the nonsense. But Curry, what did you say? I didn't hear what comment was.
I don't know what I said. What did I say?
We talking about the Rays.
No, we're just talking about the Tampa Stadium just being so outdated, and then they're not getting support. Man, that thing is terrible. It's in terrible shape, man. It's not a good place to go watch a baseball game.
And like I said before, but before they were talking about Tampa moving out of Tampa, going to Montreal to play baseball, but because they're so competitive, they don't have a leg to stand on to push them out of the door. So if they don't want to build a new stadium, then what are they supposed to do? But these guys are winning baseball games with a lackluster per se stadium, right? So just think if they were to upgrade everything, what free agents might want to come to Miami, come to Tampa and play there. The facilities means a lot to some people.
Yeah, it does. But if you forking out the right amount of money, they don't care. They'll come and play in the worst stadium ever. Money talks, But now when the Rays were talking about possibly moving, that was back when they were the Devil Rays. Remember when they were the Devil Rays?
Yeah.
And when they dropped the Devil off the Rays, that's when they started winning, and they
became Jesus.
I'm serious. Think about it. That's when they started winning. But as long as they were the Devil Rays, they were the bottom feeders of the division.
That's what Devil Rays do. That's what Devil Rays do, though.
They're bottom feeders, huh? So
all I gotta say, let me go back to what I'm saying.
Mo, who's moving to Vegas?
Okay, so let me go back to what I'm saying. The Athletics don't have a name.
They don't have a city.
No, they don't have a name. They're just the Athletics.
They don't have a city.
They're playing
in Sacramento.
Right? Yes. For 2 years.
And they have
and playing some games in Vegas.
But they have a 1.5 billion, 33,000 seat stadium that's being built right now, and they're going to open up there in 2028. They are signed with
the Vegas A's. Just hear me. Just hear me for what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's a stadium that they can play in right now in Summerlin. They ain't playing.
Where?
They ain't playing there. Summerlin, which is outside of Vegas. They decided to stay in Sacramento.
Let me ask you a question. Is it an indoor stadium or outdoor?
It doesn't matter. They're playing games there.
They go there and play games.
My whole thing is this. Vegas plays the odds. Vegas is building a stadium. They can get out of bringing the A's there if another team decides to come there. And I bet you the MLB was supportive of that. Because the A's didn't decide to move to Vegas when they could have. I don't think any other team is going to get the Athletics. But I think if another team became available, Vegas would try and take that.
But wait a minute, but Vegas didn't want the A's from the very beginning. They's like, they have enough property in Oakland to build another stadium, but they don't.
There's not another team available. So they're building
because ain't nobody else.
If the Rays became available, I bet you they would dump the A's to take the Rays.
Yeah, because they're winners.
So what I'm saying is, the A's are committed to Vegas. Vegas ain't committed to the. I ain't committed to that.
But Rich, what were you reading?
Well, what I'm going to say is Vegas is locked in to Oakland because their owner paid $1.1 billion of the $2 billion that it cost to build this stadium.
It's easy to give him back his $1 billion.
They're going to Vegas because they don't have a house. They don't have a city.
So the stadium that they're building in Vegas, is that an indoor stadium?
Yes, it's a dome.
It's a dome.
Okay.
It's gotta be a dome in Vegas.
Yeah, okay. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
All I'm saying is, if another team becomes available, watch what I tell you. I bet you they try to swap them out.
But the thing about it is, everybody goes out to Vegas to become winners because that's what they want. That's what Vegas bets on. They bet on guys to be winners. Look at the Aces.
The Raiders ain't winners.
The Raiders ain't winners. Who?
No.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
But see, they're not. The
Raiders are the biggest market in Vegas.
Yeah, that's what Greg said. Raiders are the biggest market because when I went out there to Vegas, they played the 49ers. That place was black and gray, crimson and gold. That thing was packed. But they're the biggest ticket out there right now, other than Broadway.
He's scouting.
But you see what I'm telling you right now, the Raiders gonna be decent because that's what Vegas do. The Vegas bets on Vegas bets on the odds. The Gladiators went out there, won a Stanley Cup first year. How'd that happen?
Gladiators.
Yeah, ain't that their name?
Golden Knights.
Well, I don't know. They got don't they got what's the face shield? Ain't there Gladiator face shield?
Knights. Golden Knights.
Yeah, Golden Knights or whatever. Hey, I look at the face shield. It look like Gladiators to me.
Calling them the Vegas 3000.
So the Golden Knights go out there and they win. The Golden Knights go out there and win a Stanley Cup the first year.
No,
really?
Not the first year.
No, that's the first year.
You know what? Even better.
It was
the second year. The second year.
They went to the Stanley Cup final the second year. The third year, they made the playoffs. Or no, the third year they missed the playoffs. Fourth year, made the playoffs.
Did they make the playoffs the first year?
Fifth year won the title.
Did they win the playoffs first year? I mean, did they get the playoffs first year?
No.
I thought they made the playoffs first year.
The first year, yeah. The first year they made the playoffs.
Yeah,
the second year they made the final.
Like the instant winners. Like the girls basketball team. Instant winners.
How long the Raiders been there?
Probably
longer
since,
longer than the Knights.
Yeah, they have been.
That's not an instant winner.
But you know what though? That's why the Rams and with the Chargers in LA. They wanted the Raiders in LA. They didn't want the Chargers in LA because of that reason right there. Because they know that black and gray, that sells. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else for the good of the day for baseball, guys? Anything?
Watch the Yankees.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Curry.
The Braves. I wanted to mention that the Braves lost another one of their former players, Bob Warner, who was third baseman for them. He passed away. I think it was the age of 67, somewhere around there. He passed away last week.
Speaking of passing away, also, did he play tight end for the Colts? A wide receiver. Just passed away. 93 years old. He played with Johnny Unitas. What's the guy's name? Curry, help me out here.
93. Oh, man.
Oh.
What was it?
He played tight end or wide receiver for the Colts. Just passed away today.
Raymond Berry.
Yep, that's what it was. Dylan Rice. I don't have my notes. Yeah, he passed away too. So yeah, give those out to him. All right, guys. Let's football because we know we want to talk about some football right now.
Don't talk about it. Ain't nothing in the news, right?
So Mo, your quarterback came in the camp. Everything's looking good, but then you had a coach with misconduct.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What happened with that situation?
Diddy.
Wow.
Oh Jesus! Maybe
No,
you'll.
I have no idea, to be honest. But they say it's team misconduct. So who knows? Like dude from HBCU, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
All right, so let's talk about the AJ Brown trade to the Patriots. I want to know where Kansas City was in all of this, because Kansas City didn't make an offer for AJ Brown.
Is all about team chemistry.
Kansas City is all about.
That's why they traded Tyreek in the first place.
But if you leave, though, I get that he may be a head case, but if you leave and go somewhere else, that might be the cure of your head case. Now, the reason why go ahead.
George Pickens is still a head case in Dallas. That's why he didn't get a long-term deal. Great player, still a head case.
Great player, still a head case.
And Dallas gonna regret that. They're gonna regret that one unless they're gonna let him leave. Unless they're gonna let him walk next year. But I'm just thinking though, AJ Brown, to me, does he make sense for Kansas City Chiefs more so than the Patriots? Do anybody agree or disagree with me on that one? Let's talk about that for a minute.
He makes perfect sense for the Patriots.
The
The head cap.
But why does he not make? But why doesn't he make perfect sense for Kansas City, who needs another wide receiver? Is it
Kansas City already has two divas already has two divas.
Rich? I can't hear you.
It makes perfect sense.
It makes perfect sense.
To go to the Patriots or not, or Kansas City?
Kansas City was anybody going to Kansas City is a perfect situation. Like you have the quarterback to get the job done, knows how to, and he's going to get you the ball. I don't know if it makes sense for AJ because AJ is a diva, and he wants the ball every single play. He's like TO 2.0.
But the thing about it is that the one thing watching the offense, watching the Patriots offense last year, what you didn't know or didn't realize was who's going to get the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know who was going to get the ball. Now with AJ Brown being up there, you know he's going to be the number one target, right? And the reason why he went up there because go ahead.
I don't know because wasn't Stephon Diggs this past year?
He was.
Yeah,
and he was their number one, but they still passed the ball around. I think AJ becomes a part of the offense. I don't think he's going to be the focal. I mean, he's definitely going to be the biggest receiver and best receiver that they have, but they're going to throw that ball around. That's just Drake May.
I don't know, man. But the thing about it is, though, watching the Patriots play last year, you didn't know who was going to get the ball. And now with AJ being there, and you know how ball hungry he is, now I just felt like Kansas City would probably have been the best place for him because Patrick Mahomes' days, I mean, he ain't the healthiest guy no more. You know, he can't really run like he used to. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that Kansas City would like just drop the dime on like, yo, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Because if you think about what they got for him, they got 2028. First round, then they got a third or fifth or something like that.
Second.
With the third.
2027. And then a fifth, I think.
So
2029.
So the price wasn't that high for AJ Brown, like everybody was saying.
Yeah, it
right?
is.
Yeah, it is.
No, not really, because you didn't.
4 years of contract.
But you didn't. But the thing about it is, you didn't give up a player. Like so, when the Rams wanted him, they wanted Devontae Adams back. Right? And it's like, nah, we're not gonna give you Devontae. We're gonna give you some draft picks.
In the same conference.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay. That makes a little sense. Okay, I got you on that one. That makes sense. So they make the trade, and now he's with the Patriots. He's with Vrabel, who came out and said something about he loved his wife, or made a statement, and they just blasted him for that right there. It's like, yo, you don't, you just saying this to cover up your tracks, but I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna last a year. If he, because it's side piece. She kind of sexy. so I don't know how he go.
You recording this with your wife upstairs?
He got to figure that thing out one way or another. That's all I got to say.
Next,
he got to figure out one way or another.
And Diana
So anyway, but they made the trade.
Well, that's the good part about him having that side piece, because she's definitely some eye candy. Now, if he would have been caught with some dog, something, his wife would have wore him out. You mean to tell me you cheating on me for this? She's very competitive, so she don't want to lose out to a more competitive woman. So she's probably gonna stick around for him with a little bit, And,
wow,
that's the best thing he had going for him. That she was eye candy. You're right. She is definitely she's a nice little arm charm.
So there you go.
Y'all hilarious.
That's coming from two. Hilarious. That's well. Hey, look here. Ain't nothing wrong with looking, long as you don't touch.
He touched.
Now, I'm talking about us.
We don't know if he looks so much like her husband. We don't know which one is the father.
Oh my God! All right. So the next trade come up. Woo-hoo! Man, I looked at my phone.
Father, I would be getting the DNA test.
And I looked at my phone, and I rubbed my eyes. Rich, I rubbed my eyes, right? I rubbed them again. I said, oh, this is a win-win for both my teams. So Myles Garrett gets traded to the Los Angeles Rams, and Jared Verse goes to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are looking to do things the right way right now with the draft picks they got. So they got a bunch of draft picks that they have from the Rams, plus whatever they got left over. I don't know if this could be a rebuilding. This could be a rebuilding year for them, getting rid of Myles Garrett. Because if they do that, then you can count on Ward being traded by All-Star break. I mean by trade deadline, and they're going to gather picks up. I don't think the quarterback is on this. I think the quarterback of the future is not on this team right now. To be honest with you, as Deshaun Watson showed me something that he ain't showed me since he's been there. I don't know about that, but I think they're going in the right direction as far as what they're trying to do. And I don't know how much the coach got to have something involved, had to have something to say about the trades and the draft and things of that nature. But again, we're going to see where this goes with these draft picks they got. But the Rams picking up Jared Goff. There's already rumors that there's already rumors that 99 said he may come back and play. I said, oh my goodness. I said, what is going on here? Ain't they're supposed to be restructuring Myles Garrett's contract too. But we talked about this earlier when they did it, and the one guy came on the show, he said, though, they doing this to trade him. I was like, no, they're not doing it. They said they're not gonna trade him. But this is the thing though, they said the Rams were very adamant about trying to get Myles Garrett. And they didn't want to put in no pieces. But when they added Jared Verse to the equation, they was like, okay, let's make the trade. Because now he's going somewhere where he's going to play football, and it's going to really be meaningful football. I feel sorry for Jared Verse, but he's a good player. He's a number one pick. And
okay, I'm gonna stop his thing. I'm gonna stop you right
here. He's gonna do his thing in Cleveland.
Did you hear him say a rebuilding for the Cleveland Browns? Because they ain't ever built nothing. And then he said he feels sorry for Jared Verse. Because I
feel sorry for him because he was on a team that was competing for a Super Bowl. Now he's playing. He's competing. Now he's with a team competing to win games. Right? It's simple as that. It's a cut and dry. I'm okay with that because I seen Jared Verse play, and your quarterback, he better watch out for Jared Verse because he coming.
He ain't got to worry about
Myles Garrett may not. Myles Garrett may not ever sack Aaron Rodgers in his career because he won't play him again because we know you're not going to Super Bowl, so we ain't got to worry about that part of it. You know what I'm saying? And he said this is last year, so that's the only person Myles Garrett can only that he can say he never sacked him because he'll throw the ball away, or he'll run, or he'll do whatever. He won't get a sack on him. But the trade came as a surprise to me because I thought that the Rams were definitely trying to go after AJ Brown. I thought that was almost a done deal when they talked about it before, you know. But then when they drafted the wide receiver from Miami, I was like, well, maybe AJ Brown, they don't need AJ Brown because I think he's going to be a really good wide receiver for Miami. So they're 4 deep at the position at wide receiver. But looking at that move, that's like F them picks again because that's what they're doing. They're all in. And the thing about it is they're saying that they're not done yet. They're not even done. So any thoughts on we gonna let sleeping dogs lie, guys?
What do you want to hear?
What do you want to hear?
As an analyst, tell me what you're thinking, man. That's all I'm saying.
I think it was a chess move. I thought it was a good move for the Rams. I think people are making it a bigger deal than what it is. Now, granted, had they kept Jared Verse, I'd have been a little bit more intimidated, but they got rid of him in the trade, so I can live with it. Myles Garrett doesn't historically have great games against the 49ers, so I'm not worried about that we have to play him twice a year. Like, you know, we beat the Rams before with great players, with Aaron Donald, the great. You know, so it's not even about it. I thought it was a good move, though. It was definitely a step up. It wasn't a lateral. That's a force on your defensive line. And if Aaron Donald comes back, I'm not even going to watch football the rest of this season. I'm not even going to watch it.
Anybody else got anything for that before we go on?
Yeah. I think it was definitely. It has the potential. Let me rephrase that. It has the potential to be a good move. Mm-hmm. Now we also thought that the when Green Bay picked up the guy from Dallas last year, they thought that was going to get them over the hump. We saw that didn't get Green Bay very far, because he ended up getting hurt. So there's a lot of things can happen. One player is not going to make the whole team, but I will say this: he should make them better. But I don't think the Seahawks are going to just hand them the division. And the 49ers, their defense was depleted last year. So that means, other than that, if they get everybody healthy back this year, they're going to be very competitive too. So
yeah.
I'm not just going to hand the Rams the division, because there's some competition with the 49ers and the Seahawks.
I totally agree with that. And the team that you need to be worried about is San Francisco 49ers. 12-5, and they're playing they're playing teams that's in third place schedule. So teams in third place could be like 8-8, 7-11, 5-10, or something like that. So this schedule, the schedule that they got is in their favor. At 12-5, and you're in third place, and you play third place teams, that says a lot. And we seen how they took advantage of it last year when they had this easier schedule, and was got them to 12-5, right? And now that they come back and they're in third place, the schedule is tough, but it is not as tough as it would be for anybody, because when When have you ever seen a division have 3 teams that had 12 wins? That's tough. That's really tough. That have those types of wins. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be this. I'm not saying it's hand the Rams a trophy. They still gonna have to do it on the field. But again, like I said before, you try to find players on your team to make it easier for everybody else. If you can do that, then that makes the game that much easier to win. It makes it that much funner to win. Because when the Rams got Von Miller, Aaron Donald was like, oh, man, it's over now. We got what we needed. It made the game much easier for everybody on the defensive side of the football. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Rams addressed the cornerback situation. Took both cornerbacks from Kansas City and added with Myles Garrett and the couple linebackers they got. I think they're going to be really good at it. But the thing about it is you got to stay healthy. You have to stay healthy. And looking at the schedule ain't the easiest schedule, but they play all the tough teams at home other than the Eagles, I think, outside of the division. The Eagles, the only team they played the Eagles on the road for the last 3 years. I don't understand how that keeps happening, but it is what it is. So Russell Wilson didn't retire, but he's going into the booth. Why do they keep putting these guys in the booth, man? You get rid of one to add another one. I don't know. But I like Tony Romo. He's a different type of he's a more of an analyst, announcer than he's not biased to either team. Like
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's biased. He should be announcing.
Troy
Aikman. I think Troy Aikman's level.
I'm giving you quarterbacks. Those are the people that they bring in because they're the people that see the game.
Right, but what I'm saying though, Russell Wilson, I'm not happy with the Russell Wilson thing. I just need him to go away.
He's not even in games, right? He's just gonna be on with Terry Bradshaw, James Brown, and CBS.
He don't need to be there. He needs to not be there.
They're trying to also bring his wife to do some songs there sometimes, probably. Most likely.
Here we go with this. Anything?
What's up, Lou?
What's up, Lou? Hey, Lou. Hey, so Mo, let me get you. Oh, I know what I want to talk about too, man. Like I said, Verizon messed up my whole schedule. So the gerrymandering situation in the southern states for football, where they're changing the seats for Congress, Ryan Clark came out and said that he thinks that all black players should not go to those schools. And we talked about the money situation. When you get that type of money, you get that generational $1-2 million NIL money. You just can't walk away from Ole Miss if they're giving it to you. You know, so this is my solution to the problem. If Ryan Clark is that mad about what they're doing down south, then you get with a couple millionaires, even talk to LeBron James, he's a billionaire now, and say, how about we start our own universities? As simple as that. Let's do that. If you, I know, but you know what though? It ain't the same because HBCUs ain't giving out $1 million NIL deals.
Jackson State did.
To who?
To Shador and also to what's his name?
And I guarantee you, ain't nobody there getting $1 million right now.
Of course not.
Because
got it when Dion was there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So my thing is HBCUs are not. They can't handle that type of money. You can't. There ain't too many HBCUs can handle that type of money to play to all the players. To some of the I'm just saying some of the players that play football. So my thing is, if Ryan Clark feels that hard, if he's that hard on how they doing what they do in the South, then let's get he get together with some billionaires say, hey, let's build our own universities.
It's not about that, though. It's not about that, Kev. It's not about that.
No, it's not about that. But the thing about it is, what's the solution to it? Because now you're telling a 19-year-old kid that's getting ready to make $1 million NIL deal at Ole Miss, right? That can help his dad can retire from from the gas station, the mom could stop being a maid or whatever she's doing and say, Mom and Dad, here's some money to sit back home and relax. How do you tell that kid not to do that?
Because his grandparent had to walk to work during the bus boycott. You have to make people realize that they're giving them money now to eventually strip them of their rights. If you don't know how to use the money, it's gonna be gone, and then you ain't gonna have any money, and all they did was use you.
And I totally agree with that. But we're looking. Think about where we're at in this world right now. A 19-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm. If you can get $1 million from Ole Miss, you can get $1 million from Michigan.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely. I'm not saying you can't. But the thing about it is, everybody can't get $1 million from all the schools.
But what I'm saying is, force the white kids to go there. You take the $1 million, so the $1 million that they were going to get to the Michigan kid is going to a black kid and not a white kid.
And I totally understand, but I don't think that's going to happen with everybody.
What I'm saying is, if they force it, if they say we're not going to play in the SEC.
But
how many 3 stars? How many 3 stars do we know? That's getting $1 million in NIL money.
Oh, there's a few.
No. A few 3 stars?
Yeah. You said 3
star athletes. 3-star athletes.
Oh, not no 3-star.
So 4 and 5 are going to be your money makers. Primarily.
Okay. Right.
Those
I see you, Ray. Thanks.
4 and 5 star athletes are going to find a home outside of the SEC. That's going to get them the NIL money that they need to take care of their families. Now, granted, Texas, Ole Miss, LSU, like those teams might be offering that $1 million or $1.2 million. They're going to try to outbid everybody.
Okay.
But
that's a fair shake. Go ahead.
If somebody comes at a player and says, "I'll give you $500,000 and you ain't got to deal with this madness, with the racism and the craziness," they're gonna take the money. They're gonna take the $500,000.
Right, I get that, but but if you want all the blacks not to go to that school, now you got to figure out where all these blacks going to go and play. And now you're saying so let's say the 4-star. Wait.
Do it for one team. Do it in Ole Miss first.
Let's say you got a 4-star and 5-star that leads there, and they got a 3-star coming and say, and they say to the 3-star, "Yo, I'll give you $1 million to come in and play, even though you're a 3-star."
Good for the 3-star person.
Because the 3-star couldn't get that. He's not going to get that at Michigan. He's not going to get that at any other school, any other school other than the Southern schools, right? But he's black.
The 3-star get the money.
Yeah.
But you
and then they go 0-12.
Right.
Because they got a full state of 3 stars.
But you're still defeating you're defeating the purpose of blacks going there.
No. He's not talking about every black athlete. He's talking about the best black athletes.
Right.
They are trying to strip of their rights right now.
Right. Okay.
So if they stop going to those schools, they can have the 3-star black athletes.
Right.
But you get the 4 and 5 stars that don't go there anymore, their team doesn't matter anymore.
It don't matter.
I gotta disagree on that one.
They're Thaddeus Stevens.
I'm gonna say this. Before the NIL deals was on board, right? Alabama was giving out money out of both pants legs, right? They would leave it on they leave it in your trash can. You would leave your trunk open, they pop it in your trunk, right? So then everybody else said, "Hey, we can do the same thing to you. We can do the same thing that you're doing, right? If you come here and play." Because now you look at it, it's more. At that point in time, it was you being seen on television, right? Because Alabama was on television, Georgia was on television. Now that then they say, "Hey, come up here, and you'll still be seen on television. Your family might not be able to see you, but they'll see you on TV. And if the deal is right, we can bring your parents up here every weekend and come watch you play, right?" So they adjusted it in a way that Alabama didn't get the 4 or 5 stars anymore. Because if we look at it, if we look at how Alabama played last year, and we debated that they shouldn't even been in the playoffs, but they played so well in the first game, they was in the playoffs. So I got Ray Bennett on the line with us, and I got Lou. Ray, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's happening?
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So yes. What's your take on this gerrymandering situation, and how you think that they should? I agree. I agree with Mo and Rich about 4 and 5 stars going somewhere else. But how do you see that going on?
I'm going to be brief like underwear. In 1970, USC came to Alabama and beat Alabama 42-21. That changed the whole dynamics of what Alabama was able to do. Alabama had all white ball players. USC had a combination thereof. What's going to happen is you don't start it right away, but you build on it. You might let some players go 1 or 2 years, or you might say, listen, there's about 10 to 15 teams that play in the SEC. If you could get $1 million in Alabama, you could get $1 million at Ohio State, at USC, UCLA. I'll give you a prime example. The young man that played for, played for Utah this year. He went to Utah for I don't know how many $1 million he was able to take away, the basketball player. He came from out of nowhere, took that money, went to Utah. So there's other states and other teams that we're willing to pay players to come. It's a slow drip. It's not going to happen once in a while. But it doesn't make any sense for us to continue to support institutions that don't look at us in a manner of respect. It goes beyond just sports. It comes down to a situation where the president, these institutions are making millions and billions of dollars off of these ball players, and you still can't go in and vote. That's what this thing is about. It's not just how much you can catch and throw the ball. It's what white people, what they do is they change. When Martin Luther King said we're going to boycott in Alabama, that changed the whole dynamic because it started slow. Then after a couple of years, they said we have to do something about the boycott. That's how you change the philosophy of thinking of these players and these people. Yeah, you might say go get that $1 million, but is it worth it? We have got to move collectively. The SEC players that are down south have to move. The NAACP and all these organizations have got to make the changes. If we don't, we'll be stuck forever.
And you know what else though? Who was it? One of the coaches from the SEC is like, maybe we need to have our own conference right now. And it's like, what?
Yep.
Texas.
And I'm like, because they
know that won't survive.
Yeah, it's not gonna survive. But they know it's about to be a sting. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I'm gonna say this. If you don't know where you came from, how can you go anywhere? And if you know your history as a person of color, and you can relate to a person of ancestors, what they went through, then that makes you understand what needs to be done. Wouldn't of understanding from a point to be done what this is doing with it, why we are in the situation we're in right now, you know. And again, I'm gonna say this, and my dial pad went down. I don't know what's going on with my dial pad. Just okay. I'm back up. I got Ray and I got Curry on there. I'm back up. But the thing about it is that the country as a whole, we're in a situation, man. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah, if you watch Facebook, people fighting each other and fighting different. It's not a good look for the United States, and not to have countries is not even good. You know, you've created all of this animosity with other countries. We have to step up for stand for something. But for in the United States alone, as people of color, we need to stand up and say we had enough. And so if we do what Mo and Rich and Ray say, they could definitely make a difference, because again, it's all about that green dollar, you know. And when Sam, the man, had the corner store, and Uncle Joe had walked in there and asked for a bag of sugar and gave him a $20 bill and said, "Can I get my change back?" He said, "Oh, they got money too. I got to sell to them just like I sell to anybody else," because money do all the talking. And in this country, we know that money is what does the talking. So hopefully we can get this thing together, get it right, that this country can be back to where it was, because we were at peace for a long time, you know. And now you got it. Just I'm watching more political stuff as the day goes on, and I'm just shaking my head, and this country's in a bad place, man. It really is. And we need somebody to get it out of the funk that it's in. It's a shame we got to be in the same situation for another 2 more years, but I gotta wear, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't wants to try to change. It is what it is, but hopefully we can. The NBA. So it looked like we got.
Mo, is this internet tripping for you too?
They gonna get Verizon gonna get it.
Yeah, it's been doing that for the last couple of minutes.
Can anybody hear me right now?
Off and on, brother.
Yeah.
Storm coming through?
Huh? Banged on us.
That's our answer. So, Rich, what you want to talk about?
Right. We here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
still
think
live.
Yeah. I think that they should just not commit to any of the SEC schools. Any of the schools that want to participate in this, or any of the states that they doing that craziness, just don't go there.
I think you start with one school, and then you build each year after that.
Yeah.
So, and I think you really should start in Florida. Florida's the biggest one.
Yeah.
So I would start with the University of Florida.
Yep. I start with Florida too.
Yeah. Because that's where you have all the craziness going on, where they're hiding everything. They're trying to restrict everything that's being taught in classes. They're trying to take everything out of Florida.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and that's where most of the black kids who are the speed athletes come from, the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying you do Florida, so you just take Florida off the board. You can still go to Florida State. You can still go to that. And then afterwards, one college every year that you start picking off from.
Yeah. You just don't go to Florida, to the Gators. I agree. I think that, like, the NIL money's going to come. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's going to come regardless. Like, whether they offer you $1 million or $2 million, if they told me $500,000 and I ain't never seen $500,000, I'll take it, because my family could use it.
And I understand that.
Yeah, like I can move my parent with $500,000. I can move my parents here, and they can live with me while I'm in school, and then we can decide what we're going to do if I get drafted. You know.
Exactly. People don't realize, though, this goes back to the same conversation that we had a year ago, where I was talking about the professional athletes. making their own league.
Yeah.
Because then when we control the money, we control all the entertainment. Why are we giving other people money off of our talents?
Right.
That's what Tulsa was about. They liked
Right.
that a black community could evolve and could also flourish without white
Yeah.
people.
That's facts. That's
So,
facts.
and we ain't
And
saying nothing against you, Lou. We love you, Lou. But at the same
nah.
time, that's just the way it is. I'm
Yeah.
tired of watching our brothers not be. It goes back to slavery. That's why they
Yep.
broke us down to slavery. That's why they broke away the family apart, because it's just like they won't ever be together again because they're not a family. We
Yep.
got back to a family when it came to the bus boycott. That was
Right.
amazing how that was done.
Yeah.
It was amazing what was built in Tulsa, and I didn't even know about what happened in Tulsa until 5, 6 years ago. That tells you everything right there. And
Uh,
I'm in a doctorate program, so it tells
yeah.
you a lot about
Mm.
everything that happens that they try to keep away, and they're trying to strip all of the history away. They're trying